Hey, it's Mila. Welcome back to my channel.
I go around and I go around and I go around, I go around. I'm always out, I am always out, I am always out, I'm always out. I keep running so I don't have to go.
I played around with a few camera settings today, so we're gonna cross fingers that everything is gonna go okay and smoothly. I am filming this later than I normally tend to film my videos, so I'm really stressed. But I'm sure everything's gonna be fine. If you're new here, my name is Mila. I make everything from college, lifestyle, and bookish type content. So if that sounds fun, definitely hit the subscribe button down below so you're updated every single time that I post. Yeah, like today we're just gonna go right into my September TBR. I am kind of getting like a little bit anxious because we're nearing the end of the year. Am I close to my Goodreads goal? Absolutely not. So are we gonna need to lower it in October? I don't know. We will see. I don't know. But anyways, like that is a problem for like next month. I am going to be reading like a few more thrillers that I tend to normally read. Like I kind of wanted to have a little bit of everything going on. Like I don't know what I'm craving. I just like looked through my shelves and I was like, what am I in the vibe for? I feel like this month we really were like mood reads. So I'd be reading in September what I wanted to mood read end of August. Technically. So this is the start of a little romance series. I'm pretty sure all these books are connected, but the fourth book, the cover has a blonde girl. So I'm thinking that the fourth book is not connected to the rest. I don't know. So this, like the cover just gives me like fall vibes. Like what I know from this book is that this girl, she lives in Toronto and her dad lives in Alaska. And he's like sick, so she's gonna go to see him. And I think there's some incidents with a plane. I don't know. All I know is that the love interest is someone who I think works for her dad and who like comes picks her up in a plane. But then things kind of go, I don't know. I don't know, but I'm very excited to read it. Kay Tucker, like I read one of her books and I absolutely loved it. So I know I'm absolutely gonna love this. Yes, that was English. I do want to like further myself into the Addicted Calloway series. We'll be reading Thrive this month and Addicted After All, and this will basically mark the end of Lily and Lo's books. I am currently reading Kiss the Sky when I'm filming this. Like I will get to Hot House Flower before the end of August, so those two books will be in my August wrap up. Oh my god, like literally saying August wrap up at September TBR. I'm like, what happened to this year? September, my goal is to finish the series by the end of the year because I do really want to like complete the reading vlog. Like I am bringing part 1 out that's up until Hot House Flower, but I do really want to finish the second part of the series once again, ideally before Christmas. But then I know that when school picks up, like these last 2 books are like chunky. They're chunkers. I was like, if I read 2 Addicted Calloway books per month, like we should be fine. So that's my goal, to get to these 2 this month. I have a friend who is absolutely obsessed with this book. Like she was one who actually told me to read The Secret History, and I told her to read Ninth House. So like we know we're both into that same kind of vibe. And she was like, oh my god, like you have to read If We Were Villains. So this month, I will be picking up If We Were Villains. I've had this on my shelf for so long, and I just never got to it. But now I want to get to it. I've only heard amazing things about it. I know it's something I'm going to love, and I would have ideally wanted to get to it in October because that's when I read The Secret History last year. But I feel like in September, I have more time to actually like fully immerse myself into the story. So very, very, very excited to get to this. I really wanted to read the Da Vinci Code. But then I found out that it was actually like a series, and it basically follows this detective, and the Da Vinci Code is the second book. Like that's the book that I got recommended. The first book in the little series is Angels and Demons, and from what I understood, there's this detective who kind of like who goes around, and every single case just has some tie to some historical thing. I know nothing about it. I was like, I don't want to read what it's about. Like even the Da Vinci Code, I don't know what it's about. I just told someone like, I love Ninth House and The Secret History, and these are the vibes. And they were like, oh my god, like you should really like read or watch the Da Vinci Code. You're gonna love it. So I'm just going based off that person's recommendation. And I was like, let's read this little series. Next, I want to read my second Freida McFadden book, The Inmate. So I've only read The Housemaid and I really liked it. I think, I don't know if it was like Larry Reads, but someone like just talked about all of the thrillers that like came out from Freida McFadden. I don't remember what was said about this. It looked intriguing. I mean, like The Inmate, I'm like, I can only imagine what it's about. And it was 20% off. So I was like, you know what? I can justify buying it. And this month I want to read it. Another thriller. So we have The Game by Scott Kershaw. Don't know what it's about. I think it's kind of like Jigsaw from what I understood, but I also know very little about the book. We'll see what I think about it. I wanna Okay, so initially at the beginning of this year, I was like, let's get through the entire Zodiac Academy series in 2024. Looking at it more like clear-mindedly, I'm like, that's absolutely insane. Like initially I wanted to read Throne of Glass. Oh, should I put Throne of Glass on my TBR? You know what? I don't have it with me. We're also putting Throne of Glass on my TBR because if I can get to Throne of Glass this month, I'll be so proud of myself. I've wanted to read it for so long. It's been on my TBR since like June, but then I was really prioritizing a Dixie Calloway, so I didn't really get to that. And I was like, it's summer, like I'd rather not. We're literally starting fall. Throne of Glass is on my TBR. So what was I saying before I got to Throne of Glass? So this month we're gonna read the third book in the Zodiac Academy series, which is The Reckoning. And I feel like the books get chunkier as we go. The thing with this series is that I have no idea where it's going. So it's like, yeah, book 2 was much chunkier than book 1. And I was like, how much is gonna, like, there's 9 books. Like, how are we, like, splitting the action? But in book 2, you never felt bored once. And it was, like, I think almost 500 pages. You weren't bored. It was just like guilty pleasure read, you know? This book, I'm pretty sure it's over 500 pages. I think it's like maybe 635 pages. She's a chunker, but it's Zodiac Academy. So you know, like once you start, you're just like, you're just in it. You're in it, you're vibing. Do you kind of have to put like your standards aside? Yes. It's really like a no thoughts, just vibe book, but it's a guilty pleasure, college vibes. So literally perfect for the fall. Please, if you have not read Zodiac Academy yet, pick it up. Yes, it is a commitment. It's $9, but it literally feels like you're watching a movie. So the last book on the TBR for the month of September is A Touch of Ruin by Scarlett St. Clair. So I read A Touch of Darkness, I want to say back in, was it May? I think back in May, and I really liked it because I love anything like ancient Greece, ancient Rome. My friend actually read like, she didn't read the 4th book, but she read the 3 books. And she was like, the first book is good, but I wasn't really like a fan of the other 2. So I'm kind of like anxious going in because I did like it, but it wasn't like, oh my God, wow. Like it was just a solid, like really 4-star book. 2, I have no idea. I don't know. We'll see. This month we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 books. I feel like this is the last month that I can read like a significant amount of books because once again, when like school starts, I'm going to be super busy. Like I am the president of my sorority, so I have a lot going on in there. I'm in my final year of an engineering degree, so there's like a lot going on over there also. I have been pre-filming videos like left, right, and center, so I can actually like continue YouTube in the fall because I did recently hit 1,000 subs, and it's like just seeing that extra number is like motivating me to go like full force and to just like literally I want to post every day if I can, but I'm gonna burn out. I'm gonna like lose my mind. So yeah, I've been like on top of it. I've been like, I want to like continue posting videos twice a week, but then I'm like, I do need to compromise on how much I read. So I'm still like thinking about how I want to organize my schedule for the fall. I would rather not only read like 4 books, you know, like I do want to like read more. We will see what happens. So yeah, that's gonna be it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed. Definitely hit the subscribe button if you did, so you're updated every single time that I post. As I mentioned, 2 videos every single week for the rest of the year, so you definitely do want to stick around. All my socials I linked down below, my TikTok, Instagram, and Goodreads. So definitely go and check me out over there. And yeah, so stay safe, protect your vibe, and I'll see you all next time. Bye guys!